Hey guys, it's Jolene from Smith's Nature Friendly Farms. We are hanging out in the garden today. However, we're about to move into the kitchen, but before we do, I thought we would grab some carrots for this video. Let's take a look. All right, I'm in the container bed and I'm hunting for a couple of good carrots. I don't need too many. We need actually the tops of these guys. Oh, there we go. And we're actually going to head into the kitchen and I'm going to make a great pesto with this. All right, guys, we are back in the kitchen and we're going to make this pesto sauce. I'm excited to make this because I have been trying to use things from my garden a lot more in my recipes. And that means using things that you wouldn't normally think of using. So the carrot tops. There are other greens that are quite edible, like I think beet tops are edible. I haven't eaten them, so don't quote me on that. Make sure you research it. Don't go eating anything that you don't know for sure is edible. But from what I have seen, and I've actually already eaten carrot tops are 100% edible. So I have put them in soups just recently and they were great in soup. So a nice, easy way to incorporate them into your meals is through a soup. I'm going to take a big batch and dry them. I'm really into having a shake and packing them with as much nutrients as I possibly can. So I'm going to dry a bunch of carrot tops and put powder into my shakes to help green up my shakes. But one of the ways is this way that we're going to try today, and we're going to try making this pesto sauce with the carrot tops. So let's take a look at our ingredients. So I have half a teaspoon of lemon juice. We have 3 cloves of garlic. Technically 2 are really small, and technically the recipe only calls for 1 clove of garlic. I like garlic though, so I've added an extra. You guys modify as you like garlic. The Parmesan cheese, we have 1/4 cup. It's also an addition to the recipe. This recipe does not call for the Parmesan cheese. Other recipes and other pestos do, and I really like Parmesan cheese, so I'm adding in 1/4 cup of Parmesan cheese. It's up to you guys if you want to opt out of that. We have 1/4 teaspoon of pepper, half a teaspoon of salt, half a cup of unsalted roasted cashews. We have our 1 cup of carrot tops. We also have 1 cup of spinach and half a cup of olive oil. And if I had fresh basil in the garden, I'd add fresh basil too, but I don't have it, so we are just going with the original ingredients. These are the kitchen tools that we're going to use today. We're going to use a pulse blender and just a little spatula, and that spatula will get used towards the end. We are going to add all the ingredients with the exception of this guy, the olive oil. Just going to leave a little sprinkle out so I can sprinkle it on the top. Okay, so you notice that's everything but the olive oil at this point. And we're going to give it a bit of a pulse. This is how it's looking. Scrape down the sides a bit. And we're going to slowly add in some of the oil, not all of it, but some of it, about half. Do that again. It smells good. So I've added the rest of the oil. Okay, so I've had to give it a couple of mixes. I don't have the best mixer here. I should have put it in the Margaritaville. It probably would have really made it nice and smooth, but it looks really good to me. I think it'll still work really well on our little pasta to test on. So that's where it's going to go next. All right, here's a bowl of pasta, and I'm just going to spoon in some of our mix and give it a oh, it looks pretty. It smells really good. And we're gonna give a sprinkle of my leftover Parmesan cheese. Woot woot. All right, guys, so now we're gonna have a taste test. This is the moment that counts. My face will show if this is no good. It's actually really good. It's got a little tiny bit of heat to it. That's probably the garlic. So remember, put in as much garlic as you like. I like it. I'm really happy with it. I think I would add a little tiny pinch of salt to the top, but I'm a bit of a salt fan, but I actually really like it. So that, my friends, is a great way to eat your carrot tops in a pesto. So you could actually eat this a couple of ways. You could have it in your pasta for sure. If you eat chicken would be a fantastic way to have this. Cut the chicken open, put this on the inside. I'd even put a little smother a bit on top. Cook it, add a little cheese, melting on top. That'd be great. So you could put it on chicken. You could also put this on a cracker with cream cheese. Like it's pretty darn good. It has a good flavor to it. Or a toast. Nice toast with a bit of butter. Also, if you wanted to add the extra step of melting the cheese, you can tell I like cheese. So a couple of ideas on how you can use the pesto. I'll put the recipe down in the comments down below or in the description down below. And as usual, guys, be friendly, be kind.